everyone, how you guys doing? Hope you gonna have an awesome day today. Elverse here. Alright, so we had some extremely big news. So this is gonna be a little recap video on Season 1, Episode 5 of Ahsoka. Yesterday, that was one hell of an episode right there. And my dream finally came true. Okay, so I'm actually recording this video at 6 a.m. and I don't care. I'm gonna edit this video at 6 a.m. Reason why is because I saw it last night. I was actually working on another video on my second channel, but that video kind of flopped and it was taking me 2 hours. But hey, that was a waste of 2 hours of my life. Anyways, this recap video, this was so awesome. Okay, so this takes place in the world between worlds, where Ahsoka finally met Anakin Skywalker again. So this Anakin Skywalker was after the Clone Wars, basically. This was after the Clone Wars. It was like almost the beginning of Revenge of the Sith, Chapter 3 of Star Wars. Basically, that's what happened. And she was wondering, why are you there? He kept asking her a question, do you want to live or do you want to die? So she says, she barely doesn't even understand like that metaphor, that concept right there. He says that I haven't finished your training. That's what. So I guess he was finished her training by, well, let's just say that the lightsaber came out. They started dueling. They started fighting. It was so epic and awesome just seeing Anakin Skywalker in action. We literally got to see him fight again. It was amazing. Damn, he's still so fast and strong, powerful and stuff. But you could tell that, it kind of felt like they're actually kind of sparring, but it also felt like that he was actually like pushing her hard to her limit, because again, he said you have finished your training, because she left during the Clone Wars from the training. But he did give her two lightsabers as well. He taught her how to use dual lightsabers, because Anakin Skywalker, he's fond of using dual lightsabers in the past. Other than that, so basically he had her on the ground, and obviously he won the fight, the first fight. And so he said that, yeah, there's still a lot you need to learn. He broke the, I guess you could say, the bridgeway, and she kept falling until she landed onto the ground. And let me pause right there, because Hera actually came out, and Hera and the rest of the fleet, they're on the ground, and they arrive at the monuments where the map was actually being coordinated onto the Wave Rider up above. And so they couldn't find anything there. They didn't even notice. But then what happened was that her son actually was telling his mother, you need to listen to the water, listen carefully. And the mother did, and they heard lightsaber duels that was happening. They heard Ahsoka and Anakin basically sparring with their lightsabers, or let's say fighting with the lightsabers. She thought that Ahsoka was like somewhere in the water or something. She was really confused, and so she said that there has to be a way where Ahsoka is still alive, because she did fall off a cliff. But Sabine's Mandalorian helmet was left alone, and no one doesn't even know where Sabine is. So they want to try to track down, go near the water line, and try to explore and see if they can find Ahsoka, like whether or not she's underneath the water or not, trapped inside. So we'll move it fast forward to where she's actually on the ground. She wakes up. She's in the Clone Wars. Yes, she's in the Clone Wars, and she's leading a group of clones into a battle with the Empire, basically. And during the Clone Wars, this when Anakin was the General Skywalker, basically. And also he has shorter hair as well. So basically what I'm trying to say is that she was younger, she was a Padawan, and she had a green lightsaber, which was awesome. I loved it. So she kind of failed her mission, basically, and she told her master, I failed my mission. A lot of these soldiers, a lot of these men, they died under my watch, and I feel like I'm an utter failure. And Anakin said that, listen, I told you to be in charge for a reason, because I'm here to train you. I'm here to train you to be a soldier. She questioned his methods. She said, are you training me to be a soldier? Which means in the future, do I train my Padawan to become a soldier as me? He was trying to teach her a lesson, trying to show her the responsibilities of how to actually really lead and how to be a Jedi and how to control your emotions, basically like that. And then when he was starting to walk away, she saw a glimpse of him in a Vader suit and holding a red lightsaber, which was pretty intense and awesome. And so what happened was that basically we did see the Mandalore world fight. That was in the Clone Wars, dude. That was in, like, I believe, like, season 6, like close to end season 6 or season 7. It was where Mandalore, the Earth, was being corrupted by, let's just say that it was rogue Mandalorians that were working for Darth Maul and stuff. Yeah, it was crazy. So Anakin was back to his normal self, like he was back into, I guess you could say, his pre-Revenge of the Sith self, his normal one, and he was telling her that, yeah, I never saw this war. Reason why he never saw this war was because at that moment in time right there, he was at the Jedi Council Temple. He was killing all the Jedis with the clone troopers. He was under the guise of Darth Sidious. So, what happened is that, well, let's just say that they end up back inside the Between Worlds. The worlds, it's like the Nether, basically, I'd say that. So they fought again, and she kept seeing him visualize as Vader and Anakin Skywalker. And then she fought the Anakin Skywalker that was in the Revenge of the Sith with the yellow eyes. But this time he was using a red lightsaber. She took the red lightsaber out of him, and basically she could have killed him, but she dropped his lightsaber down. She said, no, I want to live. And he closed his eyes went back to normal, and said that there may be hope for you after all. So she won that duel. It was like a test, basically. So she passed, and her training, that was the rest of her training, basically, she passed. And also, he basically gave her little hints, Easter eggs. This is actually what happened to me when you weren't, like, at the Jedi Council. I know a part of Anakin Skywalker was so glad that she was off-world and not part of, like, I'd say, the Jedi Council, and he's glad that she was far distance away from him. And I don't think she even known he became Darth Vader at the moment until she talked to Obi-Wan. But that's a whole different story right there. And so the bridge collapsed and she was sinking in the water. Anakin Skywalker, like, disappeared. I don't know where he went. He just disappeared, and he was just smiling at the end. So Hera and her son actually pulled her out of the water. And next thing you know, it was probably, like, I'd say 2 hours later, she wakes up inside her ship. And she walks out and sees on the monuments, and she finds out there's a half of a map. So she picks up half the map, and she could only sense the voices of previously what happened after her fall, after supposedly her pre-death. She was, like, in between worlds. When she was there, she was half dead, basically. That's what I could say. She was half dead. So, other than that, what happened next is that she only could hear the voices, and obviously she was like, okay, so Sabine actually went with them. So she put 2 and 2 together, and yeah, they destroyed the map, but there's no way how they could actually track them down or find them without the coordinates of the map. But there's only one way. She says that they could actually find, I suppose, a way how to track down Sabine and the Wave Rider to find them. That was actually pretty weird of what idea they had. They wanted to talk to some whales. Whales in the sky. The whales that were flying. And then, I suppose, one Republic Senate, basically, she was the general. She had 3 fleets with her, small little fleets with her. And, Hera told the rest of her soldiers, I need you to buy some time. Because Ahsoka was gonna talk to the alpha of the whales, and say, basically, can you take me to where Sabine is at and where the Wave Rider is at? And the reason why Ahsoka is able to talk to these creatures is because she spent a lot of time with Luke Skywalker. Now, Luke Skywalker, his former master was Yoda. Yeah, we all know about Yoda. Yoda always trained Luke Skywalker patience and to learn, listen about your whole environment, about all the creatures around you, people, citizens, every single living being around you. So she probably learned a few tricks from Luke Skywalker, and she talked to him, the Alpha Whale. The Alpha Whale basically actually agreed and said that, okay, I'll take you to it. I was like, okay, I guess they're going to follow the Alpha Whales, like all the whales. But no, she drove her ship inside the whale's mouth. Yeah, literally. And the whale closed his mouth. And so the rest of the fleet that were trying to buy some time and to let Ahsoka escape, General in the council in the 3-squad ship basically said that you better move out the way or else we'll de-rank you. Now explain to us, where is Ahsoka and where is Hera at? So he said, you won't believe me what I'm going to tell you. And so he said that Ahsoka was going to talk to some whales, and the whales were going to show them the pathway out. She didn't really believe them until she literally saw the whales coming out of the planet's orbit, and basically it was going into space. I was like, damn. And basically they did let the whales, they let them pass by, but Hera and the fleets, no one could actually follow them. I'm pretty sure that Hera didn't really tell most of what happened to the rest of the council and the Senate and the general that was among them. Other than that, yes, I actually saw something that was weird. Yes, those whales, they could shoot into hyper speed, it is weird. It's like these whales are like ships, basically. When they enter their cells, interstellar speed and stuff like this, I was actually extraordinarily confused. I was like, first of all, they're not a ship, or are they a ship? Are they half whale and half a ship? It was very confusing for me, but it was actually exciting. So we gotta wait till we see what's going to happen in the next episode. I thought that this episode was a banger. Okay, so when I was watching the Clone Wars, I always wondered about this. I was like, we need a live action Clone Wars. And we got one, basically. We got a brief one. We got a Clone Wars live action one. I thought that was so amazing, but I understand why they didn't want to do a live action Clone Wars, because it looked like it would have been so much work and stuff. So I understood why they didn't create one. They only created animation one, but David also did help with the Clone Wars, which was really spot on. And so other than that, I do have a few theories of mine about Anakin Skywalker, and stay tuned for those. You know what? The thing is that I never really done any theories on Star Wars videos. I've done theories on, I guess you could say, The Flash, CW's The Flash, CW Arrow, CW DC Legends of Tomorrow. I haven't done videos such as those. But this is a new time, new era. Guess we're going to have a little more fun on this channel. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new, subscribe to the channel as always. And yes, of course, I'll see you all in the next one.